Hello, hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Whitefish, Montana. And today is the 25th of the month. So starting this year on the 25th of the month, I am going to do a live with a Christmas card. That way, by the time Christmas hits, I'll have at least 12 more cards to add to my collection, right? So that I have more people that I can send the cards to. Now, I got this idea. I'm not going to take complete credit. Let me move this up a little. I got this idea from my friend Missy. She says that she makes a Christmas card on the 25th of each month. And I thought that was a great idea, and an even better idea was to share it all with you and do a live. So I've pulled out some Christmas stamps. One is one from the just lost my words. One is from the annual catalog called Regal Reindeer. You'll be able to see it better. It's not showing up very well that way. And that's in the annual catalog. And then one called Forever Forest. I'm going to use some things from the Forever Forest. So I'm kind of mixing and matching stamp sets, which is also one of those things I don't do very often. If you've been watching me for a while, it's just not something I do very often, but I am attempting to challenge myself to do that. Let me just make sure I'm where I need to be, since that flub last week of being where I wasn't supposed to be. So looks like I am on the Junebug Creations page. So I'm going to do a card with you, and I'm going to use, of all things, the bird paper from Celebration. All right, except instead of this side, I'm going to use this side. So let me switch cameras because that seems to be the better way to do it. Can you guys see that? That seems kind of dark. All right, let's fix that and brighten it up a little bit. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Now you can see it better. All right, so this is the Celebration paper called Flight and Airy. All right, and I'll just show you on these small ones. I showed you, well, I don't know if it was, I don't think it was on here actually. I think it was in that vendor group that I'm in. So I used this paper, I used this one and cut out one of these birds to make a quick card. Here it is, double-sided. All right, and then there's this one. There's this one. This is one of the Celebration items. So with an order of $50 or more, you can get this whole packet of paper for free. It's 12 by 12 papers. All right, a packet. So that's all the different patterns in it. And so I'm using this one, except we're going to use this side because it just looks like a cloudy, snowy day. And that's the look that I'm going for this particular card. I'm going to use Night of Navy as, that's not my card base. Where's my card? Here it is. Night of Navy as my card base. I thought that would go really well together. And then we're going to use some mountains and some trees from out of here and the piece on Earth from here. So let's go ahead and get started. I also brought the Snowflake Sky 3D. This is from the Fall Mini, but it's carrying over into the new catalog, as well as the Forever Forest is also. So that's why I'm going ahead and using that. Let's start off by cutting this down to a front layer piece. So we want to cut it, our card is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So that makes the front of our card 4 1/4 by 5.5. So if we want to have a little bit of a border around it, we want to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. All right, and that is a good use of this paper because if it's 12 inches across, if you do strips of 4 inches, you can get more layers out of it. So we'll do that. And then I think, let's see, do I want this one for my purpose? Or do I want this one for my purpose? I think I want this one with that little bit of a dark cloud. So I'm going to cut it at 5 1/4 here, like that. All right. And then we'll move this out of the way. And I'm doing a fairly simple card in the sense that I'm not using a ton of dies and a ton of layers. All right, we're keeping it kind of simple, but I'm not going to glue that yet because I'm going to run this through the snowflake embossing folder. So we'll put this in here, and I want the majority of my flakes and snow to be on top. So I'm going to run it this way through, like that. All right, and then on the white, what we're going to do from the Forever Forest, we're going to take these mountains here and run them through. And then on here, we need to stamp the trees. And then we're going to die cut the trees out. All right, so instead of just using this little bit of snow here, I wanted some mountains in my card. So let's see, if I run the mountains through this way, there is no cutting here, so this needs to be at the edge of a piece of paper. You can see there's no line here to cut. So I'm going to run this through down here, and so then I'm going to stamp over here so that I can run it through the machine. Actually, since that's a bigger block, I'm going to use my ink pad and do it this way. I'll make sure it's good and covered. I think it might be time to re-ink my shaded spruce. All right, so I'm going to lay that there, just like that. I'm gonna, so I don't get it all over anything, I'm going to go ahead and use my chamois and clean that up. All right. Then we're going to run everything through the machine. All right, so I'm going to bring over my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I don't think I actually need that on here. And I like to do it with my left hand just so that my left hand gets a bit of a workout. I'm also a little bit ambidextrous, so I like trading out sides and not always using one side. So we're going to put this on here like this. Let me zoom you out. Whoops, wrong one. Zoom out a little bit so you can see this better. There you go. Here we go. So I'm going to put this over here. And then, here's my die. I'm going to run this through as well, like that. And then I need this plate. All right, hold it down, push it through. Once it grabs, then go ahead and grab the top to keep it from going all over the place. The cracking sound is normal. You're not breaking it, so don't worry if you're new to using the machine. So here's our mountains. Can you see the texture? There we go. All right, and I'm going to do a second set to give it a little more dimension. So just push that right back through. And I'm going to just do another set of mountains to see. I may use them, I might not use them, but we're just going to see and rather have a second set and be able to use them than not be able to use them. And I know it's not on an edge, so I'm going to have to cut that edge, and that's okay too. All right, so we've got that, we've got this, and you can see here, and I will just cut that with my trimmer. Then I'm going to take off the plates 2 and 3, slide that back through. I've got my paper set in here, like this. Then we want to run it through with your fold first, and then use plate 1 and 4, and then run it through. Once it grabs, hold the top so it doesn't go slip sliding, and then we'll move this out of the way, and then we have our embossed paper, and I'm going to have it this way because I want the heavy stuff on top because I'm going to be covering this anyways. All right, so now we can go ahead and put this on here. I'm just going to lay it there. All right, and then I want to cut this. Actually, I'm going to use the trimmer to cut that off. Here's my trimmer. Here we go. And I'm going to line that up right there. Cut that off like that. And bring that over here. So I don't really want necessarily the big mountain. So I'm going to check this out. And I want them kind of like that. All right. Well, maybe I don't. All right. I had this visualized in my head. You know how it goes. I have it visualized in my head, and then I start playing with it, and it doesn't look the way I imagined it would look. So we're going to have this down here. Maybe this one. No. This one even further over this way. All right, so that's not looking the way I imagined it would look. Because those look like mountains, not just, maybe we do need to use the snow from here. Let's do that. Let's make some of this snow and see what we get. Let's see, do I have enough paper here? Yes, I do. I have enough paper here and here. All right, so let's make some more snow and see what we can create. So we'll have this. It just happens that way sometimes. You visualize, oh, this will look great. It'll look good just like this. And then when you go to do it, all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's not even working at all. How many times does that happen to you? How many times? Let's see, does that have, that does not have the cutting there, so it does need to be on an edge. And this one does have the cutting, so I can just put it right there. We'll set this down. Is there any other? Here's some snow mounds in here, so we'll just use those too while we're at it. There we go. And then we've just got every possible thing that we could use for this card. All right, I'm going to be using the Peace on Earth, so I wanted a very peaceful, outdoor, snowy scene. So we'll just see what we can get. All right, so let's see. We've got that. Move this out of the way. Put this over here. And this. That did not cut all the way because it didn't go to the end of a paper. So I will cut it like that. And let's see, I brought over, oh, I grabbed the wrong one. I meant to grab this one, and I grabbed the wrong one. So is this big enough? No. So I need another piece of scratch paper for my, whoop, that's gotta, I really should put more scraps over here. So I've got some scrap paper for my sentiment. All right, let's put these back where they belong so we don't lose them, because you don't want to lose these things. All right, and then this one, these go in here, and this one, oh, wrong place. Oh no, I was right. I just had them the wrong way. There we go. We don't want to lose anything, so we want to make sure to put things back so that you can find them again. Because there's nothing worse than losing your dies and then spending tons and tons and tons of time looking for them. All right, so we have this going to go here. We have this that can go right here. And then we could have that there, but that just doesn't seem like much snow. That's the thing. I wanted more snow. What do you think? Well, we have more. This could be the background. And then we almost need white here to keep it consistent. With the trees in the background, or the snow in the background. The blue just isn't working for me. So let's see what we can do. Because again, this is not turning out the way I had it in my head. So if we do this down here, and we put this on here. All right, and then we have these trees that would sit here. It's fumble fingers. All right. So that would cover that blue, and then we could have the snowy mountains. We'd have to emboss that. We could have the snowy mountains behind there, like that. But nobody's on right now to help me decide, so I'm looking at the camera. No, this just isn't working for me. It's not working out the way I envisioned. So, but if I put that there, that works, because then these are lower. It's this big mountain that was bothering me. But if I hide that big mountain behind here, then it just looks like lumps of snow. Okay, I think we're gonna go with that. After all that die cutting, I know. But you know what? They won't go to waste because they'll go in there. Didn't we have another one? I thought I had another thingy die, but I'm not seeing it. All right. So, simpler. We're going with simpler. All right, so now that looks super bright. There we go. All right, so we're going to put some glue on the back of this. And who knew that a paper with birds on it, and that it was probably meant to be a sky, and we're using it as a snowy, wintry sky instead of a spring sky. Here we go. All right, and then I'm going to, where are we cutting that down at? All right, so I'm going to trim this off. And I'm just going to use my fingernail to show me where the end of the paper is, and then use my scissors. So that's how I kind of cheat and do that. I use my thumbnail. Oop, can't see where that was. There we go. All right, and then we'll glue that down. And I'm going to put the trees on dimensionals. But I want my snow hills, we're going to call them hills because that's what I want it to look like. It's just little hills in the background. Like this. Down there. Alright, and then we're going to put our trees there using dimensionals that I forgot to bring. Oh yeah. You know, I love the setup of my room, but for the lives, forgetting things over there is kind of a drag. and I seem to do it fairly often. All right, and then I just want one there so that I don't have that popping up. So we're just going to take a little bit off of here, like that. Ooh, let's keep it on there. All right, and then I'm just going to stick one there too. Better too many than not enough is what I think for dimensionals. I mean, really, can you have too many on there? Say too many if you think you can have too many, or say not enough if you think that you can't have enough. All right, so then we're going to go with that. All right, it looks very peaceful, don't you think? Say peaceful if you think that looks peaceful. I think it looks really peaceful. I would love to be there. I want to go snowmobiling so much, and the weather has started warming up, so then it's all slushy and icky. So I'm hoping we get another cold front. All right, I was thinking of using the red, real red, for the Peace on Earth, but I think that would be too splashy. So I think I'm going to go with the blue Night of Navy. And we'll do the Peace on Earth from the Regal Reindeer. And we'll stamp it on here. Oh, and I just had an idea. Let me get the silver. I think that this would look so good with a little bit of silver behind it, because it is Christmassy, right? We're going for a Christmas card look. So we'll do the Peace on Earth right here with that. We're going to stick a little bit of adhesive on the back. Like, there it goes, like that. If you get a stamp and seal and it doesn't work very well, you can call the company and ask them to replace the refill, okay, or the whole thing, depending if you've ordered it within the last 90 days. I just learned that today. So I'm going to just do a little bit, and I'm just going to, maybe I did too little of a bit. Oh, there we go. All right, it didn't go all the way to the edge, so here, let me try that again. There's my stamp seal. Oh, that's a different one. All right, so let me get it all the way outside to the edge. Here we go. So that we can get it to stick down like that. Here we go. Oh, is it gonna stick? Stick, stick, stick. All right, whoa. I'm just trying to even it out a little bit. It's more over to one side than the other side, because that just seems to be the kind of live I'm having today. So, hi Johanna. You are a little bit late, but that's okay. There's always the refills. You just see me trying to get my sentiment piece to work. And it's just giving me a little hiccup today. It's not wanting to coordinate. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna do, oh, we need our dimensionals. All right, how are you, Johanna? Are you enjoying the warm weather, or are you wishing for the snow again like me? I'm wishing for the snow again. I want to go snowmobiling. All right, so Peace on Earth. All right, and then I even brought, are you impressed? I even brought some sequins to add a little bit more sparkle. And so this is where, what I like to do is I like to take the little mini glue dots from your paper pumpkins and your kits, and I like to pick them up. I like to pick them up. Okay. These, today is just giving me some trouble. What is up? All right, so we're gonna do one here. One here. That one, the paper already came off. Come on. And then one. Oh, come on. I'm having a heck of a time, Johanna. A heck of a time. Just got back from doggy walk. Found fresh cougar tracks. Ooh, the sunshine felt good. Cougar tracks, huh? Scary. I have a friend who came over the other night, and she works with wild animals at a place here in Kalispell, and my dog ran in the other. Normally she runs right to her and loves on her. She would not go near her, and it had been probably because she had cleaned out the mountain lion cage that day, or not cage, but environment, sleeping quarters, whatever you want to call it. And Millie could smell them on her, and she would not go near her at all. Like nowhere near her. She cowered and ran away. So then I'm just putting these sequins right on to the glue dots to make it look like more snow. A little bit more sparkle. All right. So there we go. So it is November. It is January 25th, and we have a Christmas card made already for this year. Nice and peaceful, just the trees and the snow and the little bit of gems and the silver twine and peace on earth. All right, so keeping it simple, that's what I like to do. Getting it done is the whole idea, right? So just one little reminder of the BYOK event on Saturday. So if you have a paper pumpkin kit or a kit collection kit that you want to work on, just let me know down below and I will send you the link on Saturday morning. It's a free event. All you have to do is bring one of your Stampin' Up! Kits. Either kind, whatever you have to work on. It can even be super old paper pumpkin kits because you're a Formish subscriber. Doesn't matter, as long as you're working on a Stampin' Up! Kit, you are good to go. You are free to come. I'm going to be doing some door prizes for people who kind of show us, make a card and show us, hey, this is the card I made. Even if it's from the kit, even if it's exactly like the kit designs it, doesn't matter. If you made it, we want to see it. All right, so I've got a bunch of people already signed up for it. It's free. Why not come and craft? All right, and then just a reminder also, today's Thursday. Yesterday was Paper Pumpkin Play Date. The registration or the subscription period ends February 10th. So before February 10th, if you want this cute paper pumpkin kit that's coming in February, you want to make sure you get registered and subscribed for it. I just did mine yesterday, my annual, because that's the best bang for your buck. Lots of free stuff if you're able to do the annual. I had someone else today do a 6-month one. You can do a 3-month one or a 1-month one if you just want to get that one. So make sure you get subscribed. If you don't know how or where, please just ask and I'm happy to let you know, or I'll put it down below if you need that information. So thank you very much. Have a great evening. I'm going to be going live here in about half an hour over at the A+ vendor event. So if you want to join me over there, I'd love to see you. I'm going to make another Christmas card different from this one. So I'll see you over there at the A+ vendor event. I'll put the link in the comments as soon as I turn this off. So Johanna, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I look forward to meeting you one day, and I will see you all next time.